Hey, hey, hey. What up, what up, what up? Your girl is back. It's your girl, Summer, your host with the most. Y'all know what it is. We are here for our sipping chats. Come on in, come on in. Please hit that share button. It don't cost you a thing. It's free. And it helps us out with getting exposure. So please hit that share button. Share us to your page, to your story, to a few public groups. Just get us out there. Good morning. How y'all feeling? Hey, Jamie. How you doing, love? What's up, Shanae? Hey, Christine. Hey, Crystal. Naiva, where you at, Naiva? People is saying hello, and you ain't here, Naiva. How y'all feeling this morning? I can't find my other phone so I can share. I don't know where it went. Today, our topic is going to be on communication as well as um knowing that asking for help is okay. What's up, Richie? Nikki?
Good morning.
Wait
Good
a minute,
morning,
Steph.
everybody.
Oh, good morning. Let me get myself together. Yeah, get yourself together and get on up here, Steph. Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. That I can't. I remember the. I can't remember the name of that page, but she was
She
cracking me
is
up
funny.
with
Hey,
the.
Richie. Good morning. Hey, Niecy,
We always.
baby.
We always up. You know what I'm saying? What they say, early bird gets the worm. You dig? Let me stop frauding, baby. I'm up because I gotta be up. Cause y'all know my late nights be turning into no mornings. Hey, Caroline. How y'all feeling today? What did y'all have for breakfast? What time is it we all at? It's 10, almost 10. We was late this morning, so let me apologize for our tardiness. We was about 12 minutes late. And I don't even have a reason to have been late. Because I was just here. Just here doing nothing. Hey, Miss Jessica. How you doing, Bill?
Good
I,
morning,
ha-
Miss Jessica.
I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm trying to make me some coffee. I am not a coffee drinker. You drink coffee, Divine?
No,
I
I
am
eat
not a coffee.
coffee M&Ms though. They count.
Coffee M&Ms.
Girl, they so good.
No, I love no coffee M&Ms. You know what's
No,
dope? I used to like coffee ice cream.
I don't know. I'll do cold coffee every now and again. Not, it's not a everyday thing. Coffee give me the jitters.
Yeah, I don't do coffee. Not a breakfast eater. Just have a Coke. Not a Coke. A Coke in the AM. What? 9:44 here. No breakfast. Only sipping on my coffee. Okay, coffee lovers. What is communication to you? When you think of communication, what is it to you? Y'all think on that while we share this out. I'm gonna go share out and I'm gonna come right back in. But y'all think about that. Our topics is about communication and knowing that it's okay to ask for help. Oh, where'd she go? She disappeared. Sipping my coffee and smoking my morning L. Oh my! How do y'all do? How do people that smoke early in the morning, like first thing waking up? That's what y'all do. Like I don't get. It. I be like, my breath don't stink. Y'all know your breath stink like that ain't a thing. um, when I see it, it just gives me stink breath vibes. Like it just like Hey April, what's up, Tasha? Thank you for sprinkling. Miss Jessica said, "Good morning, Miss Divine." Sipping my coffee and smoking.
Good morning, Miss Jessica.
I made it, y'all. Something that's clear. A lot of times people don't say things clearly. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like, say what you mean. Mean what you say. Period. Don't take me around, ring around the rosy. Richie said, "Don't put me on no merry-go-round. You can't smoke at all." Yeah. Communication is talking, but also listening, and listening to understand, not listening to react. That's so important, Jamie. So many people, a lot of people don't be listening. They just be waiting for an opportunity to jump in. They ain't hearing words you said. You ever be talking to somebody and they cut you off and they say exactly the opposite of what you said, or they say exactly what you just said? Like, did you hear anything that came out of my mouth just now? Anything at all? It completes my day. I've been up since 5:45 a.m. Bless your heart, Tasha. Good morning, Toya. Y'all gonna follow Toya's truth? It's like crack. You should have seen me. Ooh, should I have said it out loud? Oh my god. You should have seen me tearing open my bag of sugar, trying to get that corner of my cup of. Oh my Lanta. What's up, Mandy Tucker? Good morning on my way to work. Have a beautiful day at work. A true breakfast bowl, if you know what I mean. Ha ha. And I don't, but I dig it. This ain't no replay doing. This is live. This is live, baby. You made it to the live. We are live in action. You know, you put us in the, in the flesh, mama. A lot of failed relationships are due to failed communication. Yes, communication means a lot of things and different things. What? Communication means a lot of things and different things and different.
In different, I guess you mean different ways, maybe.
Hmm. Reword that for me, Shanae.
I mean, to
Communication.
me, when I think about communication, I think about having that open line to express yourself and let the other person know how you're truly feeling about a certain situation or a certain thing or whatever.
Well, where my Linda go? Yeah, absolutely. And something really it didn't show me it was live. We live, baby. We live. Um, and not only just communication, like being able to comprehend what a person is saying is important too. Because if it don't matter how much you can communicate to you blue in the face. If they not comprehending a lick of what you talking about, y'all not getting nowhere. You got something you want to say? Uh-huh. Huh? Shoot. What up, Steph? I'm sorry, I messed
Morning,
that up.
afternoon almost.
Summer,
Goodness.
why it sound like you was just being petty?
So I asked he over here talking about something. His shoulders going up and down. So I actually got something he wants to say. you know. Sure do. Sorry, I messed that up. It means different things in different relationships. My bad. I'm not used to YouTube. Oh, sorry.
You
Well,
can't
hi.
hear us, Miss Jessica? Miss Jessica say, why are you guys so low?
Turn your volume up, Miss Jessica, or leave out and come back in. Sorry, I messed. No, 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 no. Wait. Well, hi, Summer and Bill and everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. Bill not here, Boo, but good morning. How are you? Even friends fall out because of the inability to communicate. If one friend feels some type of way, the act they act on that instead of communicating with the person. Period, Tasha. Like communication is just not for intimate, like sexual relationships. That's across the board for any relationship.
I gotta walk this dog.
I think it is. Steph always walking that dog when we get on this chat.
Just like for Summer, if I don't tell Summer on the daily that she getting on my nerves, she'll never know.
And won't. And won't.
I
Probably
have to
because it's early in the
communicate to
morning.
Summer daily that her phone always dying and it irks me to the utmost.
Oh my gosh.
And if I don't tell her, Summer, your phone constantly dying just really irks me. Summer won't know. And then if Summer know, that means Summer will do better, right? She
Oh
don't.
my god. Like in friendships, I want someone to tell me if I said something. If I tell me if something I said or did rubbed them the wrong way. Right? Yes. Let me know if I did something that rubbed you the wrong way. Like don't sit on that silently and then blow up at me because you've been letting it pile on all the while. I didn't know we had an issue. Like that's not okay. Hold on, because I think my husband got something to say.
I hear him.
Oh, you hear him? You hear him?
Yes.
You know, I could have swore I heard Bill's voice. You hear my husband probably he in the background. Well, hmm,
Tell
if
him
I'm
not this morning, Summer.
right, mm, if I'm going to be a good friend, I have to be myself, and I owe you nothing less than the truth always, even if it's not what you want to hear. Yes, 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 yes. I guess.
So, Toya, when you say that, does that mean that you're not going to water it down just so that you make the other person feel good? I saw you, Miss Crystal. Good morning.
All right, I'm back. I want to go share. Good morning, Leanne. I'm big on talking it out. It's also important to be able to take what someone tells you and do better, not get all mad about it. People are childish and way too demanding in friendships nowadays. They act as if you're their friend and they're your mama. It's not giving equal balance of friendship and relationship. Weird, right? We was talking last night on the convo four, and I'm like, it be people that be confusing. Like I'm just your friend. It be people acting like you like what you are we sleeping together? Like did I miss something? Like why you so pressed? Like what's going on? Like people be doing too much sometimes, expecting too much out of people. Is everyone frozen or meeting me? Is everyone? I'm not. Can you hear me? People on mute, so maybe that's the thing. But can y'all hear me? I say my piece and let it be. People going to do what they want anyway. I'm
I'm
just going to
almost
be
done with
there.
breakfast. I'm coming.
Okay, I'm just going to be there to help them through if they need it, despite the warning I gave. Right. Toya, sorry I was joining. I like you and your content. Please watch who you surround yourself with. Some can be messy. Sherry, who you talking to, Miss Sherry? That's a great message, though. If you talking to me, I appreciate that. You definitely got to be careful who you surround yourself with. I mess all that up, but you know what I mean. I understood what you meant. Be right back, Sherry. Yes, 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 yes. Friendships are not all the same. Friendships are not all the same. They are relationships. Conversations need to be had about expectations to avoid breakups and heartbreak. Yes, and people need to respect what they agreed to. Like if y'all had a conversation and y'all agreed to something, follow through with it. Your definition of friendship may not be theirs. And listen to what they tell you. Like people tell you, especially if a person is telling you, like, this is my expectations, or this is my need, or this is my want. We got to make a decision whether we gonna fulfill that stuff or not. Your definition of friendship may not be theirs. Right, right. You should be able to communicate with someone who is your friend. You should be able to communicate with anybody who you are in some form of relationship with, whether it is romantic or platonic, whether it's family. Like if I can't talk to you about something and express myself without it being blown up, or you cutting me off or blocking me, then like is it a real relationship? Like is it genuine? Is it receptive on both ends? Why is me telling you something about either maybe you doing something I dislike, or me critiquing something I think like I want to see, like I think you could do better in, or you was wrong in. Why can't we check each other, or me check you about me myself? That shouldn't be problematic in friendships. At least that's how I feel. Hey Toya,
Hey y'all, good morning.
Good morning,
morning.
Toya.
Summer, I'm sorry, but it bothers me so bad when I see people drag you in comments. Then they be all in your chat. That's so eerie. But let me hush. No, I'll get to going. Just had to say that. Like, pick a side and stay over there. Well, who we talking about, Richie? No, we ain't doing that over here. This is a cool, calm collective.
Hey, Sunshine.
Oh,
Let me
wait,
go share. I'll be back. I'm done cooking breakfast now.
Sunshine. You know what's crazy, Shine? I just was like, where is Sunshine? I haven't seen her. But you over there getting that big bag. You in there clocking and getting them hours. Shorty said, I gotta get this bag. I don't got time to be
Yeah,
over here on Facebook
she's
Live.
making money. She ain't worried about nothing else. She doing
Yes,
her thing.
yes. Congratulations on the gig,
Yes.
Sunshine.
Congratulations.
I'm blunt and real. I don't sugarcoat anything, especially if you ask me for my opinion or thoughts. I'm not gonna lie to you to appease you, but I speak the truth in a loving way. That be key. How you say things matter, especially if you got like a sensitive friend like Nay. Like you can't just be like rah rah. 'Cause she be like,
Not Nay.
Not Nate. You just call Nate.
where is Nay? Big purr. Dang, I had come up, then got a call. Tell them stop calling you, my Linda. You should be able to tell your friends right or wrong. Right. I agree with you. Devon must be cooking breakfast. She is.
You should be able to tell your friends if you disagree or whatever. I'm actually going through that right now with a friend. You don't agree with what they say, you're automatically against them.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Every
horrible.
relationship
So
got a time and a place, and it comes to an end at some point. It's just life.
Shanae said, and be honest without them getting mad. Like, don't ask me my opinion, then get mad when I give it to you. If we are friends, it comes from a place of love, not trying to hurt the other person. Right. But I don't, that's where it should be coming from, a place of love. But you got some friends who are, really don't have pure intentions. So you have to be careful with that. But that's not something that somehow you should be treating people across the board. Like, you got to be careful with that. Giving the wrong energy to the wrong person. I love y'all. Thank you. You're welcome. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Dang, Jamie, we were typing basically the same thing. Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with that, Richie. The way that you say things, or a way that the tone in your voice, it means a lot to when you're expressing yourself. And a lot of people don't believe that it's your tone and how you say things. It's not necessarily always what you say. I tell Summer every day she get on my dang on nerve,
Oh my gosh.
but I don't say it like that, you know.
Oh my gosh. I'm feeling attacked.
And the same go with my Linda. I cuss my Linda out every day, but my Linda know that when I cuss her out, it's coming from a place of love. Ain't that right, my Linda?
Do you,
Yeah.
my Linda?
But I think like friendship has levels, right? Like you got to know like specific like friends. They can take this friend can't. Like I just feel like it's levels to friendship with certain people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I
Richie
talk
said,
to certain friends a certain way, and other friends are maybe that's not friends. Maybe it's just acquaintances or something.
I do adjust. Like, and I won't say my friends is very, I don't call too many people my friend.
Right.
But because and that goes into this right here. Richie says sometimes we use the friend word too loosely and bring things on ourselves. A lesson I had to learn. Yes, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your friend. But
Good
it's
morning,
like
Miss Antoinette. My bad.
adjusting doesn't necessarily mean like you don't see them as a friend. I
Right.
adjust kind of like, and I'm gonna use Nate for an example. I won't talk to Nate the same way I would say Divine,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I know Divine could take being super blunt, whereas
Mm-hmm.
though someone like Nay, she can't,
Mm-hmm.
So I adjust because I understand who my friends are, and like
Right.
their boundaries, and that's important. Understanding people boundaries, like learning them.
Right.
But also, you have to communicate that. You can't just be rolling with the punches, like everything cool, but you secretly mad. Like you got to be able to communicate. Oh no, that's too much for me. That don't work for me. Like I don't like this, and grow
Right.
from there.
That's true.
I think too, Summer, sometimes we outgrow friendships, and
Hmm.
we all grow at different rates. We all heal at different rates. We all go through different things. And, sometimes it's okay to outgrow people.
Hmm.
Um, and to say that, like you said, communication is key. If you're outgrowing someone, um, you know, at the end of the day, you have to tell them. You can't keep leading them on that we're still best friends and we still think the same. You know what I mean? Like you have to communicate like, hey, this thought process or perception no longer serves me. Like, so, we have to respect where we are now. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
You can't take everybody with you to your next level sometimes.
Absolutely.
Don't mean it ain't no harm, no foul. It's just it ain't what it was. I'm not the same person.
Absolutely.
Nope. Leanne said, I allow my friends to have emotions. You can get mad or sad, but come back. Right. So, to clear that up, like when we were saying, like, don't get mad, it's not that you can't feel some type of way. You absolutely are entitled to feel how you feel, but, like, to don't do too much. Like, feel how you feel, get over it, and then come back and communicate. Like you said, like, hey, Miss Antoinette.
So Richard says, and sometimes people are so used to certain things, Summer,
Sorry,
certain
I'm
things,
trying
or
not to
being
take the heat.
attacked, and they think you are coming from that same place when in reality you're not.
Right.
Mm,
Through their trauma. Yeah. Not everybody has, negative intentions with you.
yeah.
And I think sometimes, when we go through traumatic things like that, if we ain't working on our healing process, then we're always going to look for those red flags, even in friendships, no matter whether it's coming from a pure place or not. It's a trigger for
Yeah.
some.
That goes along with what we were saying. I forget who panel. I've been on too many days on panels where we were saying like you can't carrying that stuff in from that kind of putting on someone, putting a trauma that someone else did to you on another person. Like because that person treated you that way, don't mean I'm going to treat you that way.
What are some examples of being treated or a certain way, or you felt as though the friendship wasn't the same or balanced, or you got played, or whether friendship, relationship.
And I had shared an example last night. I had a friend when I was younger, like in high school, and I thought we rocked with each other, and I needed a way to get home, and they had a way for me to get home that wouldn't have cost them anything except for a few minutes at a time, and they wouldn't come get me. They wouldn't come and get me. So I was like, for me, that was that let me know it wasn't receptive, like on both sides.
Right.
Jamie says, I want my friends to come to me if they have an issue with me and vice versa. Like, don't hold them feelings and start moving funny. Just tell me what's up so we can work through it.
Hmm.
I had a
Absolutely.
friend. I had a friend. Same girl who used my license information and got a ticket in my name. And one day I had told her, just started seeing her move a little different, and I told her like, yo, like you to me, you're not really being a good friend. And when I tell you, she blocked me on all. She blocked me
Hmm.
from texting her. She blocked me, and I was like, you know what? It just kind of just proved my point. And
Hmm.
I'm still her children's godparent, and I still do for them. But me and her have no dealings with each other at all.
Mm. I have category party friends, work friends, school friends, online friends, etc. I hold them all differently with different expectations. You know what's crazy? Because I never thought about that, Leanne. I don't think I ever categorized like my friends like not like intentionally, but it do be some separation, it do be like some differences, like people at work. If I had work people at but when I used to clock in a 9 to 5 and I met people at work, like they were my friends from work, like we were friends at work, but most of the times like that didn't continue outside of the job. Very rarely, like the friendships would flourish outside of that. But like we was homies, we was friends at work. And so I didn't hold them to the same standard of somebody who was my everyday friend, like in my life, across the board type thing.
And
Yeah,
that's, I agree.
I never
That's what
thought
I
about
mean
that.
by like levels too, Summer. Like it's
Mhm.
categories really when you think about it. Cause it's like I have friends, like she said, that I just party with, but I might not talk to them on a daily basis. But then I have the friends that I really like talk to every day. And we
Mhm.
party together, we travel together, we do everything together. So it's just different
Mhm.
like categories for friendship sometimes.
Mhm. That's wild though. I didn't think about that until reading that just right there, because it's like, oh, that's my friend, that's my friend. But no, y'all definitely not held to the same standards, like at
Right.
all. Like my friend, like my best friend, I'm not gonna hold you to the same standard as, oh, this my friend, but they ain't really knowing, they ain't getting to know like all my business like my best friend.
Hmm.
So I hold you to it because you know some of my deepest, darkest secrets. Like, so no, I don't hold you to the same, on the same
Yeah.
level as someone who is just
Hmm.
like, they my friend, but don't do too much type friend.
Right.
I feel like with friends and family, it is different levels, but for me, I gotta be myself. Like I can't pretend to be somebody else to appease what you might not be able to take to me. As long as it's in good, if I say it correctly or maybe not say it correctly, like not say it at all type standpoint. But if we cool, we cool, like, and if you my friend, you my friend, and that list is very, very short. I know a lot of people, I got a lot of acquaintances, but they not all my friends. I might rock with you, I'ma show up because that's just the type of person I am. But, it's a certain standard that I consider to be a friend, period, so we
Mhm.
gotta build time. That takes time, that takes patience, and it's either you my friend and like family, because to me there's some friends are thicker than family to me, that
Absolutely.
I rock with way more than I'll rock with somebody who got, the same blood running through their veins, so
Absolutely.
just depends on the standard, I feel like, of what you consider to be a friend, how you set your standards of being like, you know what, nah, I saw you kind of move a little shady, I saw you move a little shady with somebody else, so if you can't be a good friend to them, I know you can't be a good friend to me.
Right. Oh my gosh. And paying attention to that. We overlook stuff like that all the time. Oh, it ain't gonna be me. And don't let me find out you feel some type of way about something through someone else. Like, if
Right,
you felt some type of way about something, why didn't you come to me about it? Like,
right,
why am I finding out
right,
through this through somebody else or something I
right.
overheard? Like, what?
I think friendships are way different from what they used to be too. I want to, kind of safely say everybody or most people that are in this chat are like 25 and up, 40s, 30s, so a lot of different experiences with different people, and to me, friendships ain't is what they used to be. People be talking to people reckless, talking about
Mhm.
behind each other back. Before it was
Mhm.
just certain codes that you didn't cross. It was certain lines that were unsaid that were said, and I feel
Yep.
like that's been distorted as far as what a friend is. A friend just ain't no turn up person. A friend to me is somebody who you can talk to and confide in and know that they're giving you the best advice that they can give you, even if they don't give you good advice. You know that it's coming from a good place.
Mhm. And communicate with me. Like, if it's something going on between us, like, just to bounce off again, like what I was saying, like, don't not come talk to me. Like, if your issue is with
Right,
me or you confused about something I did or something that I said or somewhere I went, why wouldn't you come talk to me? Like, that's to me, like, can nobody else give you those answers but me?
right. And it farthest it messes up the communication part. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
it messes that up because you sitting and holding something in that happened 2, 3 weeks ago. And I actually had a
Mhm.
conversation with this friend. I saw her. She actually worked at the shop, and I saw her moving a little different. And come to find out, it was somebody that the girl who left after the day that I had the baby. She told
Mhm.
her something that wasn't true. The girl started moving different, and I approached her, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And she was like, "Well." She started saying all this other stuff. Then she finally was like, well, such and such told me. And I'm like, well, I was like, you see me every single day for the most part. If you know that's not how I move with anybody else, including you, why would you listen to somebody who's always in the mix of something else? Why you ain't just come to me and talk to me about it? Now you got a chip on your shoulder for something that didn't even happen. and something that could have been resolved a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You creating chaos and stress in between yourself and me when that wasn't needed to be, existed. You could have just said something,
Hmm.
and I could have came and be like, yo, such and such happened, or such and such didn't happen.
Hey, who that, Nana? Oh, hey, Kaya.
Richard said, definitely not what they used to be. I'm traumatized. I have homegirls, but no friends. You got to be a friend to have a friend, and lately folks don't be friending.
They
Right.
ain't friending, Richie. Them friends
Totally
Right.
ain't
agree with you.
friending. Them friends ain't friending, man. Nah. Especially on this blue app, man. You gotta be careful. You have to be careful across the board, but it's even harder online, like because especially if you can't physically hang with people, like your soul communication is verbal because y'all live in different places. Like you gotta be super careful about the relationships you are, building because it ain't always, solid at all. It's hard to have faith in real relationships on this blue app, but you can find genuine friendship on here. Like you honestly, like you can. It's a thing. You just got to sift through the bad apples.
I feel like I totally agree with sifting through the bad apples. It's a situation where every relationship you gotta sift through the bad apples. A relationship of a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you gotta date multiple
Hmm.
people to find that right one. A friendship, you go through 100 people, even work relative, co-workers and stuff like that. Everything you kind of gotta sift and wean through to make sure that that person is compatible with you.
Hey, baby. Mhm.
I was sitting here talking to that little baby, but I was muted.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you. She up too.
Hey, Nay.
Hey, nay, nay.
How you feeling, Nay? How you feeling?
Nay.
I'm at a point in my life where I don't need a lot of friends. I've been betrayed by so many people. I just don't trust many folks anymore. And seeing how people act on this app alone is rough for me to be good with my little circle. Period, Jamie.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm not interested in making friends with people casually. I just want to be able to be honest and talk freely without worrying about what I say that it may go get told to everyone and they mama. Right.
As my
Yeah.
Linda would say, especially on Mad Day.
Mm.
I want to
Girl,
tag somebody in this thing so
Mad Day
bad so they
ho.
can listen.
We on Facebook. Mad Day 304s.
Not the 305.
I'm content with just my family. Like I got a couple of friends, they mostly in Jersey, and we rock out hard. I already text them, let them know I'm coming, and we figuring out stuff to do. But all those friendships, 5, 10 years plus, put in a lot of like, okay, I'm really there for you type of moments. So especially when tragic events happen, you get to see, who was really there for you and and require nothing back. It's just them.
Yes,
Nay,
Shannon.
Nay, don't do me.
Richie, now imagine those internet friends that ain't really your friends in your actual personal space. Whole world upside down. Peace definitely destroyed. If it ain't for me, I keep it away. If it's genuine, I'm all in. Yeah, they ain't really your friend. Yeah, Shannon, I'm on both. I'm on both, but we on Facebook. So if you on Facebook, stay on Facebook because ain't nobody over there. It was some people over there, but they came to Facebook.
They say YouTube tripping with these comments this morning.
Yeah.
I had issues with commenting last night on May's Live or during the coffee convo during the panel. My comments would just sit there. Like I'd try to hit it to send it, and it would just sit there. It
On
wouldn't go.
YouTube.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was probably the lure, like, not that one.
I'm pretty much I'm the nice one. I try to be like, I don't know. I say please and thank you and all that stuff until, Naiva demands me to go and be something else. Nay, where you
Me,
at? Speaking of Nay, where you at? I'm surprised. I'm surprised not everybody been like, Nay,
me, Steph,
yeah, just tell me, go tag everybody, tell them come get in the chat.
that ain't how I say it, but we gonna
No,
leave it
that's
at
not how
that.
you say it.
Some stop me if this too much, you know. But even I didn't watch the live, but I saw the like I think it might have been Blaster or somebody that reposted it, but it was kind of along the lines of I think somebody offered May advice or something like that, and about like weight loss or something like that, and she kind of just said what she said. What's your thoughts on it, or anybody's thoughts on it? But like like I said, stop me if I'm going a little too left, and I don't mean it in a nasty way, but just more so. Do you feel like that lady had good intentions behind what she asked her, or do you think that she had like nasty intentions, like what May was kind of thinking about?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Say it what you
Okay,
said.
all right.
So,
Yeah. I guess a lady had asked her something about, told her something about um, if you work out, you'll lose more weight. And May, and I understand where May was coming from, kind of like, um, like, don't you know at this age that I know that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And the lady was kind of like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, just kind of giving advice, And May was kind of like, well, I didn't ask you for your advice. And people were calling her rude and stuff. And I get what she was saying and where she was going with it.
hmm
Um, but I do think that the lady wasn't necessarily being nasty or, evil intended. Sometimes this
Here's
can
my
be full,
thing.
but
Sorry,
no, go ahead,
just
go ahead.
had some delay.
no.
So here's
Mhm.
my thing. It's hard enough to be a plus size person and have
Right,
issues looking at yourself and feeling a certain way. It's hard enough to be in the public eye like that and have people looking at you every day and poking fun of you eating because you happen to eat on live. May has always done that. Um, and then not everybody can exercise. It's not they're not capable. Like for instance, myself, I have chronic pain. It's not easy for exercise and not and it's and you don't necessarily just have to exercise to eat healthy and get one step at a time. Jesus Christ, she's trying, she's eating healthy. Just congratulate her on that step, recognize that part and then recognize the next step that she takes.
right,
And let
you know
people do them. Like,
yeah,
I don't,
mind your
I
business.
didn't see it, so I don't know. I do know a lot of times people take how May speak in general as being offensive or abrupt. How she talk is how she talk, but like she said it before. I asked her for your opinion, and then like when I say I ain't asked you for it, why you mad? Because I didn't.
Right,
I ain't asked you. And yes, exercising can help, but exercising is a very small part of actually losing weight. Exercise is more
right,
so to build, to tone, to gain
right.
muscle, to kind of shape your body. Just eating right alone is
It's a
enough
mental
to
thing.
drop the weight. It's the actual eating correctly or cutting your calories is actually what's going to help you lose weight. You go to
Right.
the gym all day. That's the smallest portion. But that brings me to the second part of what I wanted to discuss this morning, which was being okay with asking for help. It's so many people that go through things that struggle in silence because they don't feel comfortable enough or feel like they can't or because of their pride, um that struggle with things, whether it is emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, that won't come out and come and say, hey, I'm struggling, I need help with this. That they suffer in silence, and you don't have to suffer in silence. And there's so many people that I've talked to, like, well, I don't ask because I don't want to be judged. I don't want people to talk about me. I don't want to be looked down on. But in the same breath, they be the go-to for everyone else. Like, people don't have no issue with coming to those individuals, when they are in certain predicaments. But this same person that everybody goes to is suffering and have no clue because people are afraid of speaking up about their needs, or they see it as a sign of weakness. Being able to ask for help is not weak. That is strength to be able to outright just come out and say, "Hey, I need help in this area. I'm falling short in this area. Like, can you
Yeah.
help me?" That shouldn't be a bad thing. Like, that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be something people have to look at and feel embarrassed for.
Right. I have family. I wish they would have had reached out and asked for help. My sisters, my sisters are both gone. I wish they would have reached out and asked for help. But I know in their mind they felt judged and they didn't want to bring it to the surface.
But Summer, I feel like a lot of people don't reach out or ask for help because they don't know who to reach out to. Or maybe they experienced sometime somewhere down the road where they reached out to someone before and everybody knew about it. So I guess it's also like a part of trusting who
Mhm.
you can reach out to and
Mhm.
knowing that I know if I reach out to this person, I'll never hear it again. But
Mhm.
if I reach out to this person, everybody's going to know.
Right.
Mhm. And that's sad that life has to be that way. Like I said, like people being afraid to reach out because they are afraid of being embarrassed, like, dragged or bashed or whatever. Like, why, that goes back to knowing how to weed through the bad apples. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that people have to go through that. Like, how you talking about somebody was spreading their business when they came to you? If they came to you, they trusted you, and then you went and you broke that trust.
But part of that is like a closed mouth don't get fed, you know. So
Hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like if you really need the help, you really just gonna ask. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do understand in the situation of being like, some people don't feel comfortable or some people are embarrassed. But to me, if I need the help and it's relative to my kids or relative to, being my basic needs, I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna put that pride aside and ask for it. And I think some people just, like you said, feel embarrassed about just coming out asking, but you're gonna be judged regardless. You're gonna be judged whether you're doing it right. You're gonna be judged whether you're doing it wrong. You're gonna be judged pretty much in every aspect. So to me it's kind of like who cares, you know?
So,
Yeah,
Toya,
I
just
think
to
it's different for everybody because I think, like, I don't know if it was you, Divine. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
go ahead.
I just feel like from people's experience from asking for help, sometimes it's just hard for them to ask again because of the past
Hmm.
or prior experience with other people, like
Hmm.
judging them and stuff like that. But I do feel like if you don't ask, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get what you
Right.
need, so you need to ask.
And I found that a lot of people aren't who don't ask, a lot of the times those same people, and not all of them, so not me not say that, but most of them also play the victim. It's certain things that I've seen people kind of be like, oh man, I got this going on in my life, man, my husband trying to take my kids, and I literally went through this, my husband trying to take my kids and stuff. And it's kind of like, all right, well, like, no, like, go do this or go do this. And they sit and they do nothing, but then they complain about their situation. And I think that's just stems from feeling like you can't do it. Like it feels like such a big, big task that you can't do it. So instead of seeing it in like little small sections, and be like, all right, well, let me get this part done and let me get this part done. So you get your overall goal. Sometimes it's not even the fact of they feel like they can't ask. It just feels like, they feel like they can't do it, so why bother even trying to do it or tackle it? Because I don't feel like I'm capable of doing it. And some people been told that their whole entire lives, yo, you'll never be nothing. Down to their families, down to their friends, down to the people that they trust and you grow up with, and have certain type of nurturing abilities. So sometimes it starts from young when people feel like, what, I just can't do it. So what's the point of even trying?
So, Richie says everybody don't have a support system. Sometimes God's give people strangers.
I
I
agree with
totally
that.
agree with that, Richie, because the times that I did need help, none of my help came from family or friends. It came from a person that didn't know me at all, didn't know anything about me, barely even knew my name. So I totally agree with that.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I thank God gave me my two best friends because He knew I was going to need them, and they were complete strangers. So I agree 100%. Good morning, Bill.
I think a lot of people suffer in silence because, like Summer said, like they're that person for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so instead of burdening our friends or our family, the people that we can trust, because we already know that these people are going through their own stuff. So it's like I don't want to bother people. You know what I'm saying? And we know that because we're that person that's strong for everybody all the time and shows up for everybody all the time. So we know those, darkest parts of these folks. And it keeps us hesitant to actually communicate and reach out with them because, we don't get that hi, how are you from a genuine place. We get it out of routine. So, if we're getting it out of routine because a person is going through so much, then what would make us comfortable with asking them for something, if that makes sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I
You be
agree.
so in your head. You like, dang, I can't go to them for help. They always coming to me for help. They always needing something
Right.
or going through something. So I can't
Right.
possibly ask them.
Yeah. I mean, and so, and really quickly, I don't want to go too far into this, but October 5th will be a year that my best friend unalived herself. And she absolutely was somebody who went through life, all of her life, suffering in silence. Because from a very young age, she was made to feel like she had to keep it within herself. She couldn't express her emotions. She couldn't tell people how she really felt. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it created this mental illness and this cycle within her that as she got older, as an adult, she didn't receive love. So no matter how much you did for her, no matter how many times you hugged her and told her, I love you, you are perfect. And I actually just made a post about this before I came on to the StreamYard. But no matter what, I mean, I could have literally put gasoline drawers on and ran through the street screaming, I love you. And she would have never received that. And that's partially because of mental illness, and that's partially because of the trauma that she went through throughout her life. And she absolutely kept that face on, like, I got this, because she was made to feel like her whole life, she had to be that independent. She had to suck it up and, cope on her own. Um, and through that cycle, it eventually wore down on her. And like I said, a year ago, she took her life. And so I just want to say, to anybody that come across this live, you are amazing. You are worth it. This is not, God didn't bring you this far to keep you here. So at the end of the day, if anybody is struggling, please feel free to reach out to any one of these people on the panel. We are all open to supporting and, giving you honest, pure love to as much as you will allow us.
Right.
My
Don't
condolences,
don't
by the
suffer in
way.
silence.
My condolences to you and your friend. I know that probably wasn't easy for you to go through. So, it's got to be hard.
Right. Don't suffer in silence. If you're going through something, say something. And that's strength. You don't have to suffer in silence. Don't hide it.
And you're not alone. Trust and believe that you're not alone. And what you're going through, somebody else is going through too. And you
Mm-hmm.
never know what you can do for someone else that can help you in return. I know for me, just what I do on my page and my spiritual stuff, helping other people helps me.
Shanae said, I've been really blessed to make a couple of really good friends off this app. Going on 2 years and we talk weekly, if not daily. Just been about things we have going on in life and be a source of comfort to each other. Um that's a beautiful circle to have, to be able to lean into them. Taylor Trees, how you doing? That's me. Don't like to bother no one. Even when someone says, if you ever need anything, let me know. And I'm like, nah, I'm in my head. And when I need help, I don't ask. I just rather struggle. That mentality is so rampant.
Sometimes though that mentality works. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you still gonna get through it, you know? Sometimes it is a self-test that only you can figure it out. Especially if it's coming from like an emotional place, you know. You go through a divorce, relationship, friendship, death, loss, and sometimes having that mentality of being like, and with reason, you know, like not trying to, like the lady said earlier, with taking their own, situation and stuff like that. Not that, I feel like that should be an outreach, but sometimes, you're placed in isolation so you can go through that test alone so you can really know what you need to work on as far as yourself. And those like the light tests. I ain't talking about nothing crazy. But sometimes that mentality of being like, yo, I'm not gonna ask and I'm just gonna make it through until your last breath, I feel like you'll always be tested. You'll always have tests that you have to go through, and it's just about um how and who he sends along to help you with those things. And sometimes it's nobody but yourself, including not even a spouse can help you, through certain things, When I lost my sister, it was nobody and my grandmother. My husband, I would wake up in the middle of the night, be completely in tears. And it was nothing he can do. Even if he would embrace me and stuff like that, there was nothing he could do to help me. Time, God, and just finding just peace about it was what actually helped me, So I also think that what the lady said in the comment, sometimes that's needed.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Hey, best friend. Sorry, Helen's in there. She's crazy.
This is a subject that needed to be talked about because losing a mom, sister, and dad at 17 was alone. 17, I was alone and went through a lot. And it took years before I spoke out and asked for help. So, anyone, yes, please speak up.
My condolences to you and your family, to your family as well, baby. That's deep.
Devon still here?
Yes, ma'am.
I just lost my most recent sister in February. So I've lost now both of my sisters to addiction. So yeah, it's been rough, especially for my mom. So, and I keep telling her, you need to talk to your friends. You need to talk to people. You don't need to keep all that inside you. So,
Yeah, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So she was in the hospital and she swore up and down that she was going to be out of here. And then she got better. They had surgery. She got better. She's still dealing with certain issues. And then the month later, my sister passed away, and it's something that, like I said, everybody deals and copes with stuff differently. And, you just try to be the best that you can be, especially for, if they leave behind kids or even addiction. There's certain things that, you can't, even though you want to, you just don't know what to do, and even that might be an outreach for help, as far as this conversation, for you seeing somebody going through something and you don't know exactly what to do, and then when they leave, you feel like, you go through this whole situation of, well, what could I have done better? I think everybody kind of, or most people go through that. What could I have done better? Is there anything I could have said different? Did they know that I love them? Did they know that I care? And I think that's just a normal thing of loss, or feeling of the effort, the emotions of loss that everybody just has to kind of come to terms with, and it's not all easy, and even those people who are dealing with somebody else who you can't necessarily help or feel like you necessarily can't help, sometimes those people need to have a word too. The strong ones look always strong, and sometimes they go home and cry and break down too. So it's cool, like, I feel like Summer always got interesting and dope conversations anyway, that kind of get your brain spurring. And I think this is what, this world is all about, is people coming together, having thoughts and different opinions, but doing it in a very tasteful and graceful way. Hmm.
Yes, very much needed. My little brother's best friend since they were 7 years old took his life 2 months ago, and it really has affected him because he never knew he was struggling. That's sad. That's sad. There's little kids taking their lives all the time because they are struggling with something and they didn't feel comfortable enough to come and talk to someone about it. I can't imagine.
I think too, sometimes we disregard this blue app, and there are people who unalive themselves because of the bullying that goes on here. Um, and people are like, oh, it's just Facebook, right? But some people don't see it as just Facebook. Some people really don't have thick skin. Some people just aren't cut out for, the criticism and the constant negativity that comes from this app. And I think sometimes, like, I catch myself being triggered because, like y'all really be bullying. Like y'all act like we're in elementary school in the lunchroom and be doing that as grown ass women. And that shit is not okay.
That's a
Like
good point.
people, you know what I mean? People
Right.
really take it to heart, and some people just don't have, like, you can say what you want to me, it's not going to affect me. You're these people out here on this app aren't in my real life, so it doesn't affect me, but I see it in people's faces that some people, and like, even let's use May as an example. For a long time she didn't clap back. For a long
Right.
time she just took the body shaming and took the criticism and took the negativity, right? And then now she's the bad guy because she stood up for herself. But,
Right.
and this is what we tell our children. We tell our kids,
Right.
if somebody's bullying you, you stand up for yourself. You don't sit there and allow nobody to treat you that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Um, and these same women telling their kids that are the same women on this app body shaming and, dragging people through the mud for their beliefs or their past or their relationship with their children, whatever the case may be. Like, it's not okay. It's real nasty. Like, it's real nasty, and it's not a good look. And like I said, people unalive themselves over Facebook bullying.
Or people say that they're strong, and and with in reason to be like, yeah, like, so that it doesn't appear that it's bothering them, and they still feel some type of way, or they, hey, yo, you big, you big, you big, and then you go look in the mirror and you're like, dang, to the point where you speak confidence, but you also feel some type of way at the same time. And you, like you said, you never know what people go through when they turn off this blue ad, and how much they sit and think about the comments and think about what people have said over, lengths of time, months and months or years of people just getting on people. Um, but usually that's just self reflection. People who feel insecure about themselves, who want to just try to make somebody else feel bad as well. And it's sad. It's sad. They be talking about people, kids, people, babies, people,
Right.
significant others. And it's kind of like, yo, all right, well, you're like old, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and old over like 18, you should know right from wrong. You should know, like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. There's so many platforms that you can go on that coincide with what you believe in or what you think is right. And if you don't like somebody, just slide to the left. You don't have to. You held accountable for everything that you say and everything that you do. At least in my belief. So I feel like that goes even into this app. And you don't know what you put, or what little extra mile you put into somebody else to make them feel bad about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's like if they can't, if you don't give them a response, and this is just what I've seen, right? When people don't respond to them, they keep on and they keep on, and then they'll start making stuff up, and then they'll start like going after the things that like you love the most, like your children, or like if you don't respond over like the body shaming, then they start to go for your kids or your mom, or you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's crazy. Like at the end of the day, like to me, what you put out is going to come back to you.
Right.
So, if you're on here and you're putting out negativity and, you're bullying and you're stalking and you're, character assassination and all that kind of stuff, if that's what you're doing, trust and believe you're not going to be a happy person in life. Your
Right.
life in some way, shape, or form is going to be affected by it.
Right. Might not come out the same way that you put it out there, but it's definitely coming back around in some form of way.
Right.
Cinderella said, I have extreme feelings concerning how FB allows bullying. It is insane. Making money off of the bullies. That is a major flaw. I feel the backlash is going to hurt this app in the long run.
I do feel like eventually this app is going to be replaced just like MySpace or anything else, and I think that people should just get what they can out of it. But I do agree that there needs to be some type of reprimand for anybody bullying anybody. There's certain words that I think that should be just n- not there, and unfortunately, the way that social media is set up, the more the bully, the more the messy, the more people watch and the more people comment and the more you have those type of people. And that just comes with it. And the more money is made when you have those type of situations. So it's like a catch 22, and you see, because we mentioned May, we see May kind of being like, even with me, like, all right, well, if y'all gonna comment, y'all gonna comment. Y'all still helping me get this bag, but at what expense? You know what I'm saying? At what cost, and I do think it ruins relationships, it ruins friendships, it ruins, families, if you allow it to. And unfortunately, to me, not money is the root of all evil, but it's kind of like, do you what do you do, because these people also are helping you make this money. They don't really care, or they don't really know it, but they helping you also get money to feed your family at the same time. Some of these platforms or some of these little screenshots, I'm like, dang, yo, that's messed up. Like, I'm saying, like, Shorty ain't doing nothing but cooking in her food, her refrigerator. Yeah, it might not be the healthiest thing, but at least she there with her family, and at least she, what I'm saying. I feel like people sometimes just look at almost anything that they can say negative versus focusing on all the positives in the picture. They'll pick that one little thing that they see that person might be needs to improve on or whatever. And even if you are going to address it, there's ways about addressing it. You know what I'm saying? Where you want this person to do better in life versus wanting this person to fail or feel bad about what they're doing.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Toya. Oftentimes, that's a direct reflection of themselves.
And just to go back to the Facebook stuff, the security system or whatever they're supposed to have in place is trash. Sorry, Facebook. Like, I don't. What's the point of the report option? It don't do anything. It
So
don't
let
do
me ask
anything.
you, because to me it seems like it's more people can report you versus like you as a content creator, they can report you and get you more in trouble for stuff that don't really be what it be versus actually coming after them for actually saying stuff, or at least that's what it seems like how it's set up. I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's the right direction, but it seems like it caters. Like when I worked at Greystone Psychiatric Hospital, because the patients were technically being paid by the government type thing, or from the government, each per patient was getting a certain amount of money to the government for having them in a psychiatric hospital. They took the word of the patient over the actual employee. They would switch them around or whatever, even if it was crazy, but it's kind of like they kind of protect what money they can get. They rather have somebody in the comments commenting negative things versus blocking them, because at the end of the day, those people usually jump from platform to platform, causing these chaos and bringing numbers up. And
Hmm.
that's how they get paid too.
Yep. Jamie said, I've had to lock down my page and change my page name because of people coming after me and posting my child just because they don't like who I support is ridiculous. It's sad. And Jamie, again, I'm sorry. There's no reason why people are berating you or take your photos and things to like taunt you because they don't like who you like. Like, is this? I be confused about where I am on this app. Like, it's elementary school. It's so
Girl,
childish.
Jamie, I have been blocked.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all who catching backlash behind me.
Girl, but I don't care. Let them go. I don't need to see it. I don't want negativity. So if that's what apparently that's what you are, block me. Good riddance.
And then these people also have, children themselves. So it's kind of like I really do fear as a parent, and I think most of us are parents. I really do. I really try to focus my kids on certain values because these are the type of people who also have children themselves. And it's kind of like if you're this nasty on an app, I can only imagine how you are in person and what you put on your children and what you put on your children to act like. And these are going to be our lawyers, our doctors, our psychiatric evaluators, our past, like these people are going to have certain things because of what their parents also instilled in them, and it goes beyond, I mean, it's part of the Blue Act, but it goes beyond that because it's kind of like, yo, like even in the basics of stuff like, why leave something behind with negativity, knowing that your children might stumble across it one day, or it might come back to light where it's kind of like, yo, this is what you taught me, this is how you kind of brought me up. And that's sad also, these same very people are not just doing it to themselves and not doing it to content creators, but they're doing it to their own children and their own families.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm blocked on so many pages just because I support Summer. I'm sorry, Jamie. Sorry.
But Summer, you be out the lot. I don't understand. I be feeling like and I'm not even saying that just because I feel like you have a good platform. I'm not saying that because of this, but I feel really genuinely feel like you be on the outskirts of the mess. Like you are a blogger. Your page is pretty much around the idea of opinions and content and other content creators, and even that the way that you kind of ask a question is literally you asking other people what their opinion are. But I guess no matter if you're doing good, no matter if you're doing bad, you still gonna have those people who try to come for you, and that's just how. I mean, look at my situation. The first situation, I kind of, I woke up to all being on all the blogger pages. I'm like, wait, that wasn't even supposed to go like that. But I ain't gonna have nobody talking to me crazy. So it's a situation of just being like, darn if you do, darn if you don't, and that's just this act, and unfortunately it seems like people will try their best no matter who you are, no matter what your intentions are. We all human, we all flawed, but I genuinely feel like some of the ways that people are being treated, when they're not really doing anything, people be coming up with the wildest intentions. It's kind of like, wait, but
Stuff.
I'm telling you what my intentions are when I came out and said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you what I'm
Can you
saying,
turn
and
that light off, babe?
you done switched it to something else that I didn't even talk about. Or I didn't even say it like that.
It's weird. This app is weird, man. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. I was about to say, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it was the hold on, let me cross my legs for me. It was a wait, let me cross my legs. I said, did this girl just say let her cross her legs? What is going on? I was hollering. And all
Right,
honestly, like I do give my opinion or how like I do say, well, I see it this way. I could see this and I'd be like, but I don't know if that's it, but this is what I
right,
would speculate or whatever.
right,
And I be reporting what y'all said or
right,
y'all
right.
did. So I'd be like, how y'all mad that I'm talking about something you did it? It's
You
not
brought
like
up
I
to the
made it
light.
up.
Right,
I ain't make this up. This were your actions. It's on
right,
video.
right. I
Or
mean,
like
it's
when
no
that
different
whole
from news. It's no different from any other person who that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no different. It's no
it's
different.
strange. Just like
Right.
after all that happened with you, and they sat on the panel with Mookie, and I'm Chopper. I'm gonna call her Dimple, so I always feel like I'm chopping her name up. and she said something. She don't even, I've never had no real interaction with her.
Right.
She was like something. She said something to the extent like, "Oh, I guess she think because she reached out to me about this video about her kids that like because she did it one time like it make it like her like different or something like to that." So I'm like, you not the first person I've reached out to kind
Right.
of give a heads up or get insight. And I'm like, Mookie should have told you. I asked her about sharing some of her content.
But you know what's crazy? And I don't know if anybody else know what happened. And I know I didn't speak on it. I don't think Sunshine spoke on it. And I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure I've never even seen you spoke on it. But just to
Mhm.
let everybody else know what happened after we got off that live. We got off that live because people were asking why you ain't bring Esperisha to the live. And Summer has said, I did. Do you know when we got off? There was a tag that she tagged all three of us in that was
Mhm.
totally inappropriate, talking about
Mhm.
what she's doing with Ivan and
Mhm. On
middle fingers
OnlyFans.
and stuff, right? And you know what? I actually reached out to Summer and was like, "Yo, did you see that?" She was like, "Yeah, I untagged it," and I was like, "You know what? That's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna untag it too because certain things, you can't." It's tasteless. You know what I'm saying? And some things don't need to be brought to the forefront. Some things just kind of be like, yo, you know what? Go ahead. I hope things work for you, and kind of just leave it where it's at. When
Mhm.
I watched Mookie a lot. I watched her a lot. When people start talking about other people, I log off. I enjoyed watching Ivan a lot. You know what I'm saying? These are people that I watched prior to me actually trying this whole content creator out. But one thing I don't do is kind of just sit on there. And I honestly logged in. I saw was who was in on the panel, and I logged back out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said. I mean what I said, and that's just basically it. You could take it how you want to, but hopefully you understand where I was trying to head with that conversation with Facebook as a whole. But it was crazy to me getting off and being like, maybe Shorty just ain't get it, because I would have liked to have understood her perspective, and to get off and be like, oh, okay, like, it's just you, like you bugging, and that's okay too. That's how you want to handle yourself or how you want to present yourself. That's fine also, but it doesn't require me to always react to something just because somebody is doing something in a tasteless manner. So that was just something that was
It's
behind
being,
closed doors that I don't think a lot of people knew about, because I don't think any three of us had ever even mentioned it or brought it up. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I didn't bring it up.
yeah, that post had me like, wait, what? Like, that's
It's, it's
gross. That's
being
that's
is
that's nasty.
is being bullied for supporting really wild. It happens every single. It is wild, even though it
Right.
happens every single day. It is weird and it is wild. It is super childish. Now, not to change the dialogue because this dialogue not supposed to be about the Facebook stuff. We're gonna leave that for after hours for the open panel in the evening hours. But
Okay.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Um, it's still wild, even though it happened. The fact that it happens every single day is wild to me. That people are bullying people for liking someone that they don't like. But a lot of times I see a lot of people in Summer's comments pretending to support her. I say pretending because I also see them in other comments going against her. Child. I don't know. Well, we gonna y'all put a pin in those dialogues about the stuff about Facebook. I don't want to turn this and that. This is supposed to be about, different things like that. We don't want to turn it into the meta recap, meta team, meta drama. You know how we do. But I want to say thank you for everyone that tuned in this morning. I want to say thank you to everyone that joined the panel, everyone that engaged in the comments. It was a really good dialogue. I am really enjoying these morning sipping chats. I look forward to what the future brings. Please make sure y'all follow everyone that's on this panel. Please follow Toya's Truth, Divine Chronicles, Candy Goddess, my girl Steph's Corner, and of course your girl Summer's Room. But don't forget to go hit me on YouTube, because I'm growing. And I see y'all later on. Y'all know, catch me for a recap. If I find anything to recap, I'll be back on around between 7 and 8. And then I do the Convo 4 at 9 p.m. And then we back for the open panel. All this is Eastern Standard Time. So if you are around, come check your girl out. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your morning. Toodles.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.